Good evening, taxpayers. Welcome to another segment with Taxes Done Simple. Another segment of Know Before You Go. And I'm going to try my best not to keep y'all long. I just want to give you all an update of how my this session that I had in person with the client this evening, how that went. Um, so I've been working with this client for like over 3 weeks. Hold on a second. And it was just a back and forth ordeal, really a back and forth ordeal. That's about the best way I could put it. And I let them know that I needed more and more information. And I guess some of it was on me. I was asking for more information. Like, okay, so they had a W-2 and they are a teacher. So you guys know how teacher salary is and how that goes. So in addition to that, this person also had they were claiming a business. And it's a very interesting business, something I'm interested in learning more about and working with them in this. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's just something I want to throw in. But we finally got everything done this evening in the office. And yeah, they had everything like from the um rooter to the tutor, everything written down. It wasn't really itemized. So I was like, well, with me working with this new software, everything should be itemized and then we'll add it up, right? Like categorize, like supplies. If it's something dealing with the vehicle, we can put that in the car and vehicle section. But if it's something dealing with repairs and maintenance, well, all of that would go into the car and vehicle section. But um, it just depends on how we are going to perform on that return, because with cars and vehicles there's two different ways that we can do write-offs for your business, and that's either we could do actual expenses or we could do mileage. So for actual expenses, things sort of get broken up, all right, itemized. So anyway, we got this person's done, this client's information. Okay, so let me say the basis of why I'm making this video. And it is to show you guys, one, how it works when you only have a W-2. Two, how things could be um, reduced or eliminated when you have a W-2 and a business. Okay, so basically, with that W-2 only, this client owed because there were zero taxes taken out for their FICA, or federal withholding. Zero. And that's not something that they commonly do. It was just that they kind of forgot to go back over that W4 with their HR, and that happens with a lot of y'all, I'm sure. And then you end up not having taxes taken out, or not having enough taxes taken out, and then you owe. That's one way you can owe. Hold on a second. That's one way that a person can owe. So this is how this person owed. So what I did, thank God they had a business, an actual business. So a business in media at that. Great field to be in. Lots of write-offs. So um, before we added their business, they owed, like, I'm just gonna say, over $5,000. Okay. All right. So we were going through all of the expenses and everything. And y'all, when they were in person, it's kind of like an experience. This is what I told them this evening, because I get to see their expression when they see what they can write off, when they see what is actually allowed with the IRS. So they would write it down. They were writing down everything. And I said, did you pay for this? And did you pay for that? So many things that they had paid for pertaining to their business that they were able to write off. I'm going to tell y'all one thing that a lot of people probably already know, but most taxpayers may not. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep that. That's my syrup and biscuits. That's my secret. Um, if you come to see me, what I do is teach you, educate you. So the following year, when you come into a tax preparer's office, you're going to have everything you need. You're going to be happy to go in there and get your taxes done. You're going to come up in there with your papers. And you're going to say, yes, I'm ready to get my taxes done. You know, some people dread getting their taxes done because they presume that they're going to owe based on what the last preparer did. Well, the preparer for this person, their previous preparer was able to get them a refund of over $3,000, but that taxpayer also paid out almost $5,000 in taxes last year. And like I just said, this year, or for 2023, they didn't have any taxes taken out. They wanted it like that, but they just forgot to go back and change it. So what I do is I get a list of all of your expenses. Okay, we add those up, and it kind of compares to the number with your W-2 and the number with your expenses, right? And those two numbers kind of clash with one another. And this person so far, before we started noticing, they had a loss of about $12,000 in their business. And so they were still owing $3,000, right? Like I told you, the balance started at like 5,000 and something, and then we started adding expenses, and the balance would go down. Oh God, it is so lovely to see those numbers go down. I like to show my clients that as well. So they started realizing more and more things that they could deduct. So I was like, okay, so what about this? And they was like, really? I was like, yeah. IRS says you can. In other words, IRS is gonna pay for it. Yeah, and it's legal. So by the time we got through putting all of their deductions down, deductions, all of their expenses, deductions down, they were getting a refund. And it's not a lot. Like I educate people. If you go in and you're owing, what's happening is we are responsible for what I call putting the biscuit in the syrup. That's what I do. I put biscuit in the syrup. I suck it all that stuff that you owe up with a biscuit. I call that stuff. All your expenses is the syrup. And what I do is the biscuit, sucking up that syrup. So, yeah, they came out with a refund. It wasn't a big refund as big as they were used to getting, but I had to explain to them, you actually paid out taxes last year. So, yeah, you got that back. I mean, so yeah, you got that back. But this year you paid zero. And once we got your expenses going, Karen is my mentor. She's with Core Fast Taxes in DeSoto. So once we got all of those expenses out, okay, this person was getting a small refund. And anytime it's that little, what I ask people to do, send me referrals, okay? Because that is the best fee that I can get from y'all is a referral. All right? Send me those referrals. This person didn't have to pay me a prep fee because most times when I feel like you're not getting much back, I'll have you write down, do your own expenses and you're calculating and you'll sign off on that and get that over to me. All right? And I'll guide you on what you need to do. So, I'm not saying that everybody comes out without paying a fee, but there was a reason why this one went the way that it did. They were really, really hoping for something, and this person was really praying. And I said, I have faith in God. They have faith in God, obviously. So, no, we're not going to make this a bad, hard thing for them, So they walked out. they were surprised, but they were also happy. Okay, not happy, but they were satisfied that they did not owe. And that is the whole venture for me, is to get you where you do not owe. You may not get a refund. You might get a little tiny refund, but you don't owe. So that means moving forward, okay, change up that W-4 in the HR department. And if you do it in February, you've got 10 months to get those taxes taken out if you want to get them taken out the full year. And yeah, by the next year, come see me again. We're going to be on repeat. You'll get a refund this time. Okay? You see all of those wonderful, beautiful items you get to write off. It's beautiful, y'all. It's beautiful on that side. I'm telling y'all. Get with Taxes Done Simple. Okay? I'm trying to really grow my team. So if you're interested in learning the insides of doing taxes, I mean, if you want to become a tax preparer, okay, there's no charge for that on my end. I mean, the world is saturated with tax preparers. But if you're interested in that, or even being a data reception technician, you still have to know about tax preparation. So I will teach you all of that. If you're interested, click the link. If you want to get your taxes done, click the link. Thank you, boys and girls. Have a good evening. Mwah.